Wollensak T1500, which was a tape recorder that permeated school districts around the country. This is the model 1580, which is actually a stereo and mono play deck. It also has a PA capability. This unit came out in 1965 and ran $319. The unit had one motor, and the mechanism was the same as the 1980. This is a 3M Wollensak Model T 1980, which was listed in their ads as a professional stereo recorder. It ran $379 in the 1960s. It records and plays 2- and 4-track stereo. It runs at 7.5 and 3 3/4 IPS. It has a built-in 22-watt stereo amplifier with a PA capability. This unit had a very unique mechanism and can be very finicky at times. The unit is laid out in the 2-amplifier stereo unit, much like the Roberts models, based on the early Ampex 601-2s. There's 2 microphones they provide with this unit. I understand they were made by Shure. The unit's lid has an instruction on threading with it. This switch is both the automatic cutoff, or it can be used to turn on the machine and use it for a PA system. Notice that it does have an A setting. It also has a 2-track setting and a B setting for your heads. On the other side there is a instant stop lever which you can push and of course instantly stop. It has an interesting fast forward lever, start and stop, and the on off is actually on the speed control with either 7.5 and 3 3/4. Tenberg also has an on off with their speed control. And then you have a 3-digit counter. Each of the amplifiers has multiple inputs and outputs, both for mic and line. To play the machine, you put it in play, or you can move it over to PA, or you can push the button on the right and push it into record. There is just one light in the unit, which is a bulb up above the first channel, which unfortunately actually leaves the second channel pretty much in the dark. This is a Wollensak Solid State 5280 that came out in 1966 and sold for $219.95. It was a 4-speed, which meant it would play at 15/16, 1 7/8, 3 3/4, and 7.5. The unit had detachable speaker wings. It was fairly compact. It was a single motor unit. They later came out with a larger speaker named the 5300. This is the Wollensak 6250, one of the last Wollensaks produced. It's a 2-motor unit, has built-in 40-watt amplifier, built-in speakers. Anybody that's been around industrial or educational audiovisual departments, you'll recognize the case, because it came pretty standard with their cassette slide sync units. Interesting automatic cutoff, and also interesting the way the capstan engages on this unit. Lots of external contacts. Interesting vertical counter on this recorder.
and the head designs. Makes for a very classy looking unit.
The last Wollensak that was built was the 6300 series.